Welcome back to my channel, WinterMotors. My name is Sean Winter and I'm really chuffed to have you back here. And if it is your first time here, then welcome to my channel. So today I have a story from the road. While I was on my way down to Dresden in the worst weather conditions I've ever driven in, you can check that video out. It's called, let me check it up. Motorcycle road trip in February. Yeah, it's on my channel. I can link it at the end of this video, I believe. Maybe? I think I can. Anyway, while I was on this road trip, I just let the camera roll until the battery ran out. So I was just talking to myself or talking to whoever's watching and just ranting a hell of a lot, and then every now and then finding some good little topics to talk about. So I started to talk about the freedom key. This is what a lot of people call the key to your first or to your current motorcycle, and it's this feeling that comes along with the key to your bike, and it's undescribable. I also talk a little bit about my first experience with a motorcycle and my first ever motorcycle, which I will show you a little bit of at the end of this video. It's sleeping right now in the backyard downstairs, and it's not ready yet for me to be able to do a full review on it and take it out and drive it a little bit. It needs a little bit of tweaking because it sits still for most of the year. It's a show bike basically. But anyway, I'm not gonna waste your time in my living room anymore, and let's cut to the road.
I've heard a lot of people mention that getting the keys to your first bike is like getting what they call the freedom key. It's nothing to do with America or American motorcycle or all their fake freedom. I can really agree with this freedom key theory, because I lived in Leipzig for I think 4.5 to 5 years before I got my first bike. And I had basically only seen Leipzig and the suburbs of Leipzig, and that's it, and then like 4.5 to 5 years. But now look at me. I'm in the middle of a weird little East German city that I would probably have never seen if I wouldn't have had my freedom key. But yeah, back to the freedom key thing. So that's why I suggest all of you to get yourself a motorcycle and a motorcycle license. Well, like my friend says, a motorcycle doesn't run on a license, it runs on gasoline. I'm not going to tell you his name because he obviously doesn't have a license. But yeah, it really does let you go out and explore, and more so than with a car. Because with a car, you can go out and explore a lot more, but it's just something about motorcycles, man, because you get this bug about it. You know, when you get a car and a car license, you don't get addicted to cars. There's plenty of people who don't even enjoy looking at cars or going to car shows and shit like this, and they have driver's license. But this when you have a motorcycle, you get bitten by this bug. It just feels so good, and just can't explain it. You naturally go out exploring way more with a bike, and also you're in every element that you explore. You feel way more in touch with the places that you meet than when you're in a car. I travel a lot with car. I have a separate hobby than from driving bikes and filming it, which takes me to a lot of places around in Europe, and I travel there often by car. And the thing is, every time I got in a car, all of a sudden up behind the steering wheel, I just always fell asleep. I was just like, oh yeah, road trip, so awake, so ready to go, sleeping. so yeah, I'd never really experienced anything, and it's obviously way more comfortable traveling by car, but that's also why you fall asleep and don't see all these amazing places. And if you don't believe me, try it for yourself. Borrow someone's bike and hope the cops don't stop you, and just check it out. Or you get yourself a license and check it out, and if you don't like it, then you have a handy license for that day when you feel the need to drive bikes again, which you will. The first time I ever drove a motorcycle, like I grew up with my father. He's a biker, so I grew up with motorcycles and his community, which were all bikers, and they were building choppers, and we rode them long ass distances, and with me on the back obviously as a kid. So motorcycles have been a part of my life all my life. But first time that I drove a motorcycle on my own was in this town in Czech Republic, which is called Junktown, which is an amazing place. And the first bike I drove was my friend's custom rat bike. It was I always ask him what kind of bike it is, and he can never explain, because it's so long ago that he built it that he doesn't remember. And there's no indications of what the bike is anymore if you don't look at the engine blocks, and it's completely covered by rat bike stuff. But it's like a off-road, like a cross bike, like terrain, like off-road bike, and it was really cool. It's really torquey though. It's like one of those that you do wheelies on, like with no effort. And I was just bitten by the bug. I went around Junktown, just going to the bars around in Junktown, drinking, jumping on the bike, driving to the next one. And at one point, me and some mates were driving around, stopping every now and then, sharing a bottle of mead. It was amazing, and I was just bitten by this bug, and I just couldn't shake it, and I didn't want to shake it either. It's not like I tried to shake it. And that's when I just said, oh dude, fuck it, I have to get myself a bike. And I did. I got myself a Honda CB500, which I turned into a rat bike. That was my first like rat bike project, but it's not street legal. And my next rat bike project would be a street legal one. And also I learned a lot building the first one. It's not amazing, but it's definitely cool. Yeah, my next one will definitely be way cooler. I'll put way more effort into it. So yeah, and when I get to that point, I'll make videos about it. But anyways, I got my CB500. I brought it to Junktown the year after, and some other places where me and my other crew do shows, like Wacken, the biggest metal festival in the world. And I was just so addicted, and I just couldn't stop thinking about motorcycles. And yeah, so I ended up buying myself this one, my lovely Triumph America, which now is I drive every day, and it keeps my this bug in check.
So the bike I was talking about is all wrapped up nice and tight to sleep through the winter. But yeah, I'll wake it up just for a little bit, just to show you. That is not it. That's my Triumph America. Fuck yeah. Which I actually made a review on, which is posted by now. Back on my channel as well. Triumph America review. Go check it out. So there she is. That's my first ever motorcycle that I bought with my own money. It's CB500 rat bike, currently set in hibernation mode, which is in right now. It doesn't look like such a beauty right now, mixing in with the earth tones. It looks actually kind of like it's been forgotten about and left. But that's kind of the look I was going for when I was building this. I mean, it's a rat bike. But eventually, when it gets a little warmer and nicer outside, I will be getting it ready and taking it out of hibernation mode, and I will do a little review on this bike. It doesn't have any number plates, or actually it does have number plates, but they're not real. So I can't take it out on the road to give it a test ride, but I will give it a review and a little test ride around like a parking lot or something if you're interested in that. Or if you're not interested, I'm gonna make it anyway, so you have to kind of get interested in it. But anyway, thanks for coming back and watching another one of my videos. And if this is the first one of my videos that you watch, I hope that you will consider to subscribe. You can press at the bottom of the screen, like around here I believe. Just press that, press subscribe, or go to my channel, press subscribe, watch my other videos, and make sure to return for more videos from me on this channel, because there will be more. And yeah, so hopefully I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.